This 26 Sports and CCTV high school hockey presentation is presented by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the WEX in Cadillac, Michigan. The Petoskey Northmen make the drive down to face the Cadillac Vikings in a pre-Christmas showdown. And Jeff Castillo had some great hockey this past weekend between Cadillac and Livonia. What are you expecting tonight?
Well, I'd like to expect as much action and as good a game as we saw Friday night. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. They're facing a pretty good Petoskey team here. Petoskey comes in at 6-2-1. They have only lost to a couple very, very good hockey teams in Alpena and White Lake. Yeah, White Lake. So we're expecting, a lot out of them. But, Cadillac's been surging a little bit. They've getting on a roll. They've gotten a couple wins under their belt and lost a tough one there in overtime on that Friday night. But looking forward to some good hockey tonight.
Yep, and Cadillac comes in with, as far as the injury report goes, Ian Lilly is still getting back to full health with his broken leg.
Yeah, really like to see him come back after the holidays. I don't know how that's all going to play out, but we've got our fingers crossed. Love to see him out there. He's fun to watch.
And then Petoskey comes in with
What was that you were saying?
Yeah, I was smart enough to shut up there.
Well, you knew it was coming.
Yep, and Petoskey has two big injuries on their team. That's an understatement, as they are without Kyle Hebner, their leading scorer, and also Daniel Sisko, who is their second leading scorer. They're both seniors, so in the pregame, Max Koch was telling us that, this is where the team has to, other players are going to step up. You play as a unit, and that happens in hockey. Pro, high school, no matter what.
Yeah, and you can't predict it, and you can't cry about it. You just have to deal with it, and the other guy's got to, step up and make it happen.
Yes. All right, our referees are on the ice, and the players are on the ice, and we are just about ready for the opening players for each team. See if we get our lights turned on here, as Chad Geiger is running the spotlight tonight. And the starting lineup for the Petoskey Northmen. On defense, number 9, Max Koch. And number 12, defenseman senior Brendan Baker. Number 5, Taylor Fedek. He is a senior. And we have number 7, Ethan Decker. And number 11, I believe that's Mitch Fortin. And the goalie tonight is number 24, Tyler Lefebvre. Take it away, Jeff.
We will have Cadillac's starting lineup coming up here. Number 3, Gavin Foster on defense. Austin Pedrick, captain, number 6, also on defense. Hayden Watkins, number 5, playing center. Left winger Derek Tonello, another captain, number 14. And number 12, Brian Geiger. And number 1, Nathan Moore, playing goalie tonight for the Vikings.
The referees for tonight is Marty Schaefer and Derek Graham, and the linesman is John Troost. And now our national anthem. national anthem. That was queued up by Elena Shear, who is going to be our PA announcer tonight. The coaches for the Petoskey Northmen, the head coach is Brent Ward in his 7th year. The assistant coaches Rob Higgins and Jim Van Antwerp. They are missing Matt Kopke tonight as assistant, and our coaches for Cadillac, Jeff.
Coaches, we have head coach Scott Graham. We also have assistant coach Randy Boyke, Mark Moore, Dawson Cook, and Mr. Les Sharp. Rounding out the coaching staff for the Vikings.
And our stat people up here tonight, we have Sawyer McClure, Daniel Troutner, and Harry Chipman. And nice to have them up here helping us out with goals and assists. John Troost, our linesman, is ready to go at center ice. And Cadillac comes into the Big North, Jeff, at 0-2. And Petoskey is 2-1-1, I believe. They are second to the Wildcats of Alpena. So big game here before Christmas. Everybody wants to have that good feeling going into the break, and also it's a conference game. So
right.
I mean, you just do not want to lose these home games if you're Cadillac.
Nope, and you certainly don't want to go down 0-3 in the conference and have to try to claw your way back up from there.
All right, the Vikings will have Tonello, Watkins, and Geiger along with Pendrick and Foster. We've got Ethan Decker out there, and the draw goes back into the Viking zone. Gavin Foster being pressured there by Decker. Up the boards now for Derek Tonello. Derek Tonello with a good pass out there to Brian Geiger. Geiger 1-on-2 with a wrist shot, and that one is blockered away by Lefebvre. Back into the zone for Max Koch. He'll play it around the boards to Brendan Baker. Baker, number 12, gets the puck up off the stick. Chasing it down is Taylor Fettig. Play right at center ice. Taylor Fettig, number 5, tries to make a move. That puck is pinned along the boards, and finally picking it up is Pendrick. Tipped out over center. Going back after it is Max Koch. Will there be an icing? Yes, there will.
All right, that is going to give us our first face-off down in the Viking zone tonight. Got Nathan Moore in net tonight. He had a pretty solid game over the weekend for the Vikings.
Yes, played both games in the doubleheader and lost a tough one in overtime. But I tell you what, Cadillac outshot Livonia 50-20, somewhere around there, in that overtime loss. Puck is not held in. Racing back after it is Andrew Van Antwerp. Van Antwerp got some good speed, good pass over there to Fortin. Fortin has got a man streaking in the middle. Fortin goes around his. There's a hard angle shot, covered nicely there by Nathan Moore.
Yeah, and even though, he got skated around on that, the defense forced him into a bad angle shot. So you've basically got nothing to shoot at from there down below that face-off circle.
You'll take that all day.
Yep.
Your goalie just has to make the save, and there's no screen on it. Now Alan Shear with a backhand pass. Knocked right back in on the delayed offside. Tagging up is Derek Hebner, number 23, the sophomore. Hebner also having a good year. His brother Kyle is not in the lineup tonight.
Yeah, that's a big void for the Northmen, too.
Jack Schmidtdale for the Vikings having a little trouble. Gets it up to Shear. Fisher Moore for the Vikings. Good job by the Northmen to put some pressure on the Vikings early on. That pass will go up to the blue line. Now Jack Schmidtdale, number 4, steps over the red line. He'll wrist it into the corner. First one to it is Izzard.
Zach Izzard.
Zach Izzard. I'm going to say Jack. Zach loses a puck, and turning with it is Petoskey. Up to Taylor Fettig, number 5. Fettig drops it. It was a little bit behind his man Baker, and then it was tipped by Eller.
Dangerously tipped.
Right. And Moore had to make a good save on that one.
Yeah, he did. Does that count as a shot on goal?
I would think so.
Yeah, Cadillac player? I believe so.
Into the corner is Colton Horn. Colton is a freshman, Jeff. Pass out to the point. There's Max Koch with a shot. It rises up and hits the netting, and there'll be a face-off in the Viking zone with 14:28 to go in the first period.
All right, we'd like to take a second here and thank our sponsors bringing you tonight's game. We have Cadillac Castings, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Pizza Plus, and Cadillac Tire. And thanks again for your support in helping us bring this broadcast to our viewers tonight.
Face-off is between Watkins. Petoskey wins the draw. Puck bouncing around in the middle of the ice. Austin Pendrick. Good check there by Petoskey to take the puck away. Just what they want to do. That was Ethan Decker. Now coming up with some speed. Trying to go on his man is Van Antwerp. Centers it. Redirected, and a good save by Moore.
Well, that happened really quick, too. That was a good tic-tac play there by the Petoskey.
And so far, we're seeing some really good speed from number 4, Van Antwerp, as he has gone wide a couple times.
Yeah, he skated all the way around the net. Well, I'd be skating as fast as I could, too, if I had Alan Shearer on my tail. But
right. Puck is kept in there by Baker. Shot wide of the net. Hebner, number 23, battling right there by Pendrick, and Pendrick takes him off the puck with a good body check. Up the boards to Tonello. Tonello gets his head up right away, but Fortin will keep it in. Finally comes out to center. Number 13, that's Trevor Reese, will dump it into the zone. First one after it is Austin Pendrick. Now Brian Geiger for the Vikings. Does not clear the zone, but this time he does. Now it's a 2-on-2 for the Vikings, Tonello and Geiger. Nice back checking there by Reese, and the puck just slides wide of the net on a tip. Battling behind the net, and coming out with it is Van Antwerp.
Boy, Geiger had a little bit of a chance there, too.
Good forecheck by Fisher Moore to take it away from the speedster. There's a shot up high. The rebound just wide of the net. Fisher Moore made something out of nothing on a good back check.
Fisher's down there all by himself. He's like 1 against 3 down there, and he's still getting shots on goal.
Puck is played up around the boards. Alan Shear checks his man. Now Jack Schmidtdale. There's a rising shot. Tip scored!
Well,
Fisher Moore.
And it's nice to see Fisher Moore get the goal, too, because he was working his tail off down there, making everything he could happen, and then he ends up getting the tip off the shot from Schmidtdale.
What an eye-hand coordination right there. We'll see if we can get a replay on it, but that was a great tip.
Yeah, the goalie has literally no chance on that.
Well, the Vikings draw first blood 1-0 on the goal by Fisher Moore, and he did, like you said, a lot of work in that offensive zone. That reminded me of the Flyers last night with James Van Riemsdyk. With
they
that
said
incredible.
He's one of the best in the business at doing that, too.
Puck comes into the Cadillac zone. Ethan Decker, number 7. That one is intercepted momentarily. Taylor Fettig will play it back over to number 12, Brendan Baker. Baker will drive it around the net, coming back out to the blue line. That one will come out all the way down the ice. And we got another icing against the Vikings. It's 1-0 Vikings, 12:30 to go in the first. You are watching high school hockey action on 26 Sports and CCTV.
Yeah, that was only about maybe the 3rd, maybe 4th shot for Cadillac that ended up going in. So and they were really kind of rattled. Petoskey's had them on their heels a little bit. They've been having a little trouble getting it out of their own zone, but it's nice to see them get some offense. And good part in that to Fisher Moore for his hustle down there.
Another icing call coming up to Cadillac. And who's our player profiles tonight, Jeff? I know we've got Austin Pendrick because he was, I know, and then we've got Ian Lilly. Can't remember who our third one is going to be.
Well, let me just take a peek here. We have Ian Lilly, we have Austin Pendrick, and we have Alex Leotard.
Oh,
so we'll bring those to you as the game progresses here.
And Alex is supposedly healthy now. He should be playing.
Yeah, he did play on Saturday.
Okay.
So
Brendan Phillips, number 8, chasing in the zone. Watched there by Van Antwerp, and he'll just play it up the boards. Good forecheck by Izzard, but it finally comes out to center. Chasing it down the ice, number 6, Austin Pendrick. He goes behind his net, reverses it over to Eller. Eller up the boards, kept in by Koch. Vikings try and regroup now with Austin Pendrick. Kind of lost control of it, and the Vikings will clear to center. Right there's Van Antwerp. Good pass and catch there by Hebner. Hebner over the line. He just lets it go, and that one was saved by Nathan Moore. He had a good angle on it.
Boy, he got a good, strong shot off on that also.
I like that move on catching that pass at center ice. Didn't lose his stride.
Don't you wish you could do that?
Yes, I've dreamed about
well,
it.
It's something you can work on now.
That's right.
I'm going to write that down for you. You remember that?
How about a video? I can see things
good. You can
good.
go back on the video for that.
behind the net. Hebner centers, and it goes just past Fortin. Keeping it in nicely is Max Koch. Vikings will ring it around the boards. Van Antwerp. And he plays a nice job to get that active stick going. The Vikings deflect it up over the netting, and Petoskey looking good on the forecheck.
They have had a really good forecheck going. They've just kind of got the Vikings rattled just a little bit as far as trying to get the puck out of the zone. And they're getting a few scoring opportunities. Nathan Moore standing tall so far.
Our first shout out for Petoskey goes to Matt Kopke. He is one of the assistant coaches. He can't make it tonight, so Merry Christmas, Matt, from your coaching staff, your friendly coaching staff here in Petoskey. Pass up, long pass, stretch pass, does not connect. Goes back the other way, no icing. Vikings will have to retreat back after it. Schmidtdale up the boards. Hayden Watkins gets it over to Geiger, and now Watkins will take it back. He's got Tonello on the left side with him. Hounding him hard was Ethan Decker, and he made him get rid of the puck a little bit faster than he wanted to. And now Taylor Fettig. He gets it back, but the Vikings keeping it in. Hayden Watkins, there's looking for the redirect, and a good save.
Boy,
that was a tricky save.
He did get the redirect, and that was Derek Tonello right in front with his stick on the ice where it should be when you're anywhere near that net. And that was a nice save.
That's Tyler Lefebvre, and he is a sophomore. Yeah. They've had a history of good goalies recently, Jeff, in Petoskey. It's
good to see Petoskey playing a little bit better this year, having a little bit better year as far as wins and losses. They've been down just a little bit.
Out in front of the net, Vikings looking for a pass to Tonello. That was Geiger who made a really smart play there to get it back in front of the net.
Yep, and good defensive play. That's Van Antwerp again.
Petoskey setting up behind their net. Van Antwerp, long pass taken away by the Vikings. They'll dump it right back in and go on the forecheck. Max Koch, number 9, around to Van Antwerp.
The Vikings getting some fresh legs out there. They bring out Farley and Brendan Phillips.
Keene
and then Zach Iser to round
gets
off
the pass, and now here comes Brian Farley, number 11. Farley sidesteps that check, lining him up with Trevor Reese. And Van Antwerp kind of reminds me of Chalowski a little bit, his skating, the way he handles the puck and his speed. Behind the net, Austin Pendrick, long stretch pass, taken away by Fortin. Fortin will dump it back to Van Antwerp. They move the puck well, don't they, Jeff?
Yeah, they really do.
As far as getting that breakout going. Coming in, here's a shot. Good save by Moores. It right into his bread basket. That was number 12, Brendan Baker.
All right, so we are going to sneak in a first player profile for tonight. That's Ian Lilly, who is number 13. Ian's parents are Erica and Nick Lilly, along with his sister Caitlin. Besides playing hockey, Ian plays soccer and lacrosse. Ian is a registered USA Youth hockey referee and an officer in the Youth Advisory Committee in Cadillac. In his spare time, Ian likes to hang out with friends, rebuild his leg muscles, and play sports. Ian's favorite athlete is Dylan Larkin, other than Bill Dooley, I'm sure. After high school, Ian would like to attend college and study sports medicine. Congratulations to Ian Lilly on being one of our player profiles of the game, and we certainly do hope that Ian can make it back to the ice surface really soon.
Yep, Ian, if you're watching out there, I hope you can heal quickly and get back here. Knocked down out in front by Cam Keene, now taken again by Hebner. Hebner will play it back to the point. Petoskey will play it over to Brendan Baker, number 12. Gets around his man, Alex Leotard. Baker back out to the top. There's a big shot there, blocked. That was on Dallas. Vikings get it. They're going to try and clear. They do get it out of the zone.
Yeah, that was a nice block there by Alan Shear.
Now here comes Hebner again. He's going to take that shot. Oh, he just missed the crossbar. Wow.
Yeah, he had a rifle of a shot there.
And he's using the defenseman as screens, Jeff. I don't know. I mean.
Yeah, that just kind of comes out of nowhere. He had that top corner picked, and he just missed it. I'm sure he'll be looking for that again tonight.
It is 1-0 Cadillac with the early lead with 8:43 to go here in the first period. Jeff Castillo along with Bill Dooley bringing you the action less than a week before Christmas. Jack Schmidtdale, number 4. Up to Eller, tipped out to center. Max Koch will get it right back to Hebner. Hebner will dump it in. Chasing after it is Mitch Fortin. Brian Geiger will leave it there for Tonello. The puck goes into the corner, and Tonello goes after it. He's rubbed off the puck by Koch, and Van Antwerp comes out the other way.
He is a good stick-handling defenseman back there, Van Antwerp.
Really smooth.
Yep. Kind of reminds me of Austin Pendrick, the way he quarterbacks back on defense.
Left-handed version of Austin Pendrick. There's a backhand shot by Tonello and saved by Lefebvre. Mitch Fortin plays it back and then protects himself from Geiger. Up the middle, that one is into the Cadillac zone. Looking for a change now is the Northman. Schmidtdale leaves it for Brandon Eller, number 19. Brandon takes a check, and Taylor Fettig, that shot was blocked by Watkins, and Watkins blocks it again. Good defense there by Hayden Watkins. Vikings having trouble getting out of their own zone. Taylor Fettig is fighting hard for the puck, and finally coming away from it is Watkins. He goes down, no call. That was a good no call there by the referees. Left there for Ethan Decker. Decker, oh, we got a tripping call coming up here. Yep,
first penalty of the night.
And that'll go against.
Is that going to be Hayden Watkins?
I think it will be Hayden. Yep, number 5. Hayden is.
That is going to put Petoskey on the power play. And if I did not mention this earlier, that first goal from the Vikings was scored by number 18, Fisher Moore, with a shot from Jack Schmidtdale from the point.
And for every hat trick, Jeff, is there free curly fries, or is that not?
I hope so. I haven't
okay.
had any of those in a while.
Yeah.
I'll be hoping for that anyway.
There's a redirect out in front of the net, and the Vikings are able to clear. Stopped right there is Tyler Lefebvre. And coming out with it, number 13 is Reese, Trevor Reese. Reese gets it to Decker. There's a shot and holding on to it. Moore says, do not get any closer than that.
All right, so it was interesting the way Petoskey had that power play set up. They put one guy on the opposing line, blue line, and then they had the 4 skaters back there, with help. So it's kind of interesting to see how they did that.
Face off, won by the Vikings. Pendrick looking to clear. Good keep in there, but the Vikings will. No, I thought they were going to get it out. Here's a pass too far in front of Tonello. Back to Max Koch, number 9. Good pass up the middle to Fettig. Fettig cannot get through. Holding on to a stick for a second. That was Fettig. He had Jack Schmidtdale's, and the Vikings will clear it down the ice. We got a minute to go in the power play for the Petoskey Northmen.
Boy, and that was close. That puck just kind of bounced off the goalie in a direction he wasn't planning on it.
Over the line, checked nicely, and the Vikings come back out with it. It's Austin Pendrick, and he'll clear it all the way down to Lefebvre.
Vikings doing a pretty good job on this penalty kill.
Van Antwerp going wide again. Shot scored! What a play there. He just picked the short side under the crossbar.
Yeah, and again, I mean, the defenseman did what he was supposed to do. He put him at an angle, down below those face-off dots, and that one's on Nathan to stop that.
Yeah,
that was a
short
good
side.
shot.
It was a great shot.
Tucked it right up underneath the bar.
See if we've got any extra look at this one.
Yeah, let's see if we can possibly bring a replay for that.
Those are the kind that
that's a goal scorer.
That's a goal
right
scorers, and you love to see those in slow motion. How it's
right.
like, where is the angle on that?
I believe that was number 4.
Breaking in is Mitch Fort, number 11. Backhand shot, and he just missed. Coming out is Brendan Phillips, number 8. Phillips goes around 2 guys. He's got a little bit of an edge there. Holds on to it, centers it. Goes all the way through, and now it's taken, and we got the net off its mooring, so they're going to take a face-off in the Petoskey zone. It's 1-1 with 5:26 to go here in the first period. Cadillac Vikings and the Petoskey Northmen in a Big North matchup.
All right, and that Petoskey goal was scored by number 4, Andrew Van Antwerp, unassisted. No assist on that. That was all him.
Yeah. kind of caught me off guard a little bit too, Jeff. I wasn't, you're not expecting that perfect of a shot from that angle.
No, but watching him skate the puck previously, this game, it doesn't surprise me that he's got a shot like that.
Now with some speed, Alex Leotard, I think the first time we called his name, right, Jeff?
Yep.
Tonight. Good to see him back on the ice. Well, he was here Saturday, but we did not cover that game. Good move there. Van Antwerp, look at that. Speed, cutting through the zone, taken away by the Vikings. Van Antwerp will get it back. Over to Taylor Decker, Ethan Decker, number 7. Now Max Koch. Van Antwerp.
Careful there. Fisher's got some speed.
Van Antwerp over center. Fakes the slap shot. Thought it was offside. That one is tipped over top of the net.
He's heading right down to that faceoff dot again where he scored the first one. I can't blame him there.
Somebody lost a stick. That's Cam Keene, so he's trying to play the puck with his feet. Vikings are going to try and get a whistle there if they can. Puck is jammed up right in front of the Viking bench. Still being fought for, and finally the Vikings will get it down, and they will go for a change, as well as the Northmen. We've got 4 minutes to go here in the first, 1-1. Hockey action on 26 Sports and CCTV.
Yeah, it didn't look like the stick was broken, but I guess if he dropped it, he just kind of skated away from it. And we would like to announce our crew tonight. We've got Director Wyatt Van Dynen. Yeah, Bill, you've got there we go. We got our game sheet mixed up here. Sorry about that. Our director tonight is Wyatt Van Dynen. Replay is Zach Wiggins. Camera 1 is Seth Peterson. Camera 2, Damian Brooks, who is up in the rafters. And camera 3, we have Caden Darrow.
Centering play there, and it was just knocked away by the Vikings as Derek Hebner had an opportunity. Puck is cleared out over the line. Brendan Baker. And now put back in behind the net. We've got Brandon Eller out there with Austin Pendrick on the defensive pairing for the Vikings. Brian Geiger, number 12. High up along the boards, kept in by Baker, but now it comes up to center. Back for Dallas. Goes off the stick of number 3. That's Noah Dallas. So those are brothers, Jeff. Noah and Eric Dallas. Good pass to Derek Tonello. Tonello has the puck, holds onto it, gets it to Geiger. Good back check there by number 21. I don't have him on my sheet, Jeff. We may have to do a little research in between periods.
Investigation on that, but boy, he set up a good one-timer for Geiger, and he was just defended well.
Vikings almost had a little break there. Leotard chases after it. No offside. Shear with a shot.
That was a quick shot,
and
too.
it was down low, far post.
Trying to catch the goalie off guard a little bit.
We've got some snipers out here tonight, Jeff, with both teams.
Yeah.
Good back check by Fisher Moore. Puck is played with the high stick, but the Vikings will get to it behind the net. Forechecking right there is Trevor Reese. Now Alan Shear. Shear just flips it up in the air to get it to center, where Max Koch loses control. He'll go back after it. He's got Van Antwerp with him, so he'll give it to him. Van Antwerp, good outlet pass to Hebner. Hebner with some speed around his man, breaking down the left side. Hebner cuts to the middle, couldn't quite get the shot off. Oh, and right there was Fortin. Good defensive play by Cam Keene, and a huge check there by Fisher Moore on Trevor Reese.
That was a nice check.
Trevor's got a man in the zone here. He holds on to it. Now it's cleared for the offside.
Petoskey getting some fresh legs out there. Nice shift by that last line.
Not too many whistles, Jeff. This period is really flying by. We've got a minute 30 to go. Vikings in behind the net. It's Zach Izzard. Izzard.
Ooh, that was borderline.
He turned at the last second. I think that's why the referees didn't call it, because, we've got it's just an icing, potential icing there. I thought maybe it was a delayed penalty.
Yeah, unfortunately, Zach is okay. That's always dangerous when they get their back turned to those boards.
Taylor Fedek with a great pass in the middle and just off the stick of Ethan Decker, number 7. He was in cold. Back to the point. Max Koch. Oh, looking for the redirect by number 10. That's Colton Horn.
I'm impressed by the way Petoskey moves the puck around. They pass
And another
very well.
shot and a goal. Beautiful shot there by Van Antwerp.
I'm not sure if there was a deflection on that. There might have been a little bit of a deflection in front on that. They had some traffic out in front.
Definitely a screen on Nathan Moore. No doubt about that. We'll see if we can get a replay on that one.
Yeah, and a good hard shot by number 4, Andrew Van Antwerp. We'll see what the official scoring on that one is to see if it was tipped or not.
Yeah. I think it went in clean, Jeff. I didn't see any change in the trajectory. 2-1, Petoskey scores that goal with less than a minute to go. Now the Vikings, Brian Geiger seeing if he can do something about that. Another good pass out to center. Petoskey has been very dangerous tonight. 27 seconds to go here in the first period. That's out of play, so there'll be a face-off at center ice. 24 seconds to go. Did you hear?
I did hear that they did give the goal to number 4, Andrew Van Antwerp. I did not hear who the assists were, but I will get that information and get it out to our viewers.
I see something on the ice along the boards there. I don't know if it's a mouth guard or tape.
Yeah, I believe it's a mouth guard. Hopefully there aren't any teeth in it.
Good speed here by number 7, Ethan Decker. They seem to have the jump on Cadillac right now as the period goes on.
Yeah, the play has definitely been tilted to the Cadillac zone this period by the Petoskey Northmen.
Kept in with 5 seconds to go. There's a shot. Luckily, Pendrick made the block because that was another screen play on Nathan Moore.
Yeah, they had another guy parked there for a rebound if it needed.
So the Petoskey Northmen down early 1-0 came roaring back, and they looked really strong as the period went on, and they'll skate off with a 2-1 lead here after 1. Boy, Jeff, I cannot say enough about the skating ability of number 4, the sophomore.
Right.
I mean,
yeah, and you know, one of the smaller players out on the ice, but you know, through the years here, we've seen, you know, Austin Pendrick of the Vikings, kind of the same way. He was small. He's a little bit bigger now as a senior.
Yeah. But
he was small back when he was a sophomore and a junior and everything. But boy, he just, you know, plays the puck so well. His head is always up. He's looking. His stick handling is excellent and phenomenal shot.
Yeah.
Van Antwerp let a couple good shots go, one right underneath the crossbar, and then he let a good one rip from the point. Yeah. And that's given Petoskey the 2-1 edge tonight.
All right, Jeff and I are going to take a timeout here, and we are watching high school hockey action on 26 Sports and CCTV. We'll be right back with the start of the second period.